and they're under a bit of pressure here today to perform and to perform well, to put themselves into the picture for the 2000 Guineas, because City of Troy has been a long time really warm favourite for the race. And if recent history is anything to go by, it could pay to side with Native Approach.
Chris and Mark went out with the tracker camera. There was actually a bit of frost this morning. Then out came the sun. Such an enjoyable time of year. So much chat around Newmarket. So many dreams alive and kicking. It's also a good time of year because we've got the best of the flat and the best of the jumps written up. He's got 18 entries at Ayr on Saturday. We're showing 5 live races on Saturday. Francesco's just got the 14 potential runners. No wonder he's shortened to be champion trainer in the UK.
Yeah, no wonder indeed. But back to the flat action. Jason Odell alongside Ed and I this afternoon. But in terms of the Craven, I feel like Charlie Appleby and Godolphin have really helped to reinstate the relevance of this race as a classic trial with some smart performance in recent years. Newmarket coming up, but the Craven is going to have to provide something of interest to knock City of Troy off his perch at the top of
Ripon, and the 2 races we're showing live from Cheltenham, where it's fillies and mares in action today. Oh wow, look at that. Another stunning view of Newmarket. That was from the top of Warren Hill. Mornings in this part of the world are very special indeed. And it's lovely to have you with us now for Craven Day. Let's get the details of our first with Richard.
So we open the card with a 6-furlong handicap for 3-year-olds and a largish field as well. Headed by number 1, Dapper Valley, Pat Dobbs. 2, Almirada, Prince Paul Mulrennan. 3 is Blueprints, Ryan Moore. And 4 is City House, who went to post very early. He's been weak in the market, Callum Shepherd. 5, Woodhay Wonder, Tom Marquand. And 6, Irish Nectar. It's the mount of Jamie Spencer. 7, Chief Man Carto for Billy Lockman. And 8 is Gamekeeper in the Godolphin Blue for William Buick. 9, Pen Portrait, who showed a good attitude last season, Harry Davis. 10, Love Billy Boy, Sean Levy. 11 is Pilgrim, the best backed horse in this race, Connor Beasley. 12, Run Boy Run, Holly Doyle. 13, Mashadi, David Egan. 14 is Catchertan, David Probert. 15, Ingleby Ivy for Paddy Mathers. 16, North View, Luke Morris. And 17, Trefor for Safi Osborne. So 17 runners. Story of the market, the support for Pilgrim. 8-1 into 5-1 during the course of the morning. On course has edged out half a point or in late betting activity. Gamekeeper 13-2, Blueprints 15-2. Just to point out, City House 12-1 chance was around about 13-2 this morning. So a couple of them are drifting. And North View also 13-2 out to 11-1. So both of those are negatives. City House went to post early, but it's Pilgrim slightly uneasy late on. Well back during the course of the morning. Who heads the market?
17 runners in this 6-furlong handicap for the 3-year-olds, and it is a tricky contest. But if you want a jockey in red hot form, Safi Osborne will be riding this one, and she's won on 7 of her last 14 rides. She's absolutely flying. But Trefor here for Charlie Hills, well, he's yet to hit form, but the horse is really ready for it. He's a bit on his toes, getting a little bit warm, so I wouldn't want him to get too much more excited before the race here. But bottom weight on 8 stone 8 there, much more relaxed as 15. This is Ingleby Ivy, one of a couple of fillies in the field here. Lovely shine on her coat. Hasn't she been beautifully turned out? Lovely plaits in the mane and in the tail. Gorgeous quarter marks. That's just done with a brush on her hind quarters. So she looks really well, and she's drawn in 1. And I think she'll go forward on the far side, which has been a bit of an advantage so far this week here at Newmarket, although less of a tailwind, which won't help them along so much as I did yesterday. This is one I wanted to see. It is number 9, Pen Portrait, because I couldn't really work out on the prices why he was so much bigger than City House. That's when I was looking last night. I think he has shortened a little bit since, because he's beaten City House at Wolverhampton off level weights, and he gets £5 off him today. So I thought that was a bonus for Pen Portrait, and I'm happy to see he looks in good condition. Just having a little bit of a jump around as he heads out. He's excited and ready to get on with it. And 11, that's just Pilgrim heading out, who's well in the market, a lovely steely grey, looks fit.
Well, we're back at the track where this man, and I'm hoping to get away with it.
Here's more beautiful pictures from this morning in Newmarket. The jumping world. We'll talk about Paddy Brennan shortly, who retired yesterday. And another man forced to quit the saddle is here at Newmarket today.
enormous either way. I mean, absolutely
great towers, aren't they?
massive towers of straw. Now, back to the race. It is a tricky contest. A bunch of these been gelded since we last saw them. A bunch haven't been seen since last year. Some have been peddling their wares on the all-weather. Adele, I was told a couple of times in the parade room before I looked at the horses that number 2, Almirada Prince, was definitely going to win. I think it was by an excited owner. Can you back that up?
I mean, he's a lot more confident than what I am, and maybe Paul, because I thought he was definitely worth an each way bet. He did really well last year, Francesca. He was actually Paul Hannigan's final winner last year before he retired, and he really likes this horse. He's assistant trainer now to Craig Lidster, and he defied a double penalty last year at Chelmsford. Craig's horses are in great form. If you were following his horses this year, for £1 you'd be £32 up. So he's got his horses in good nick. He looked really well in the prelims, and Craig had a really nice winner on the grass a couple of weeks ago. Bell Conductor at Pontefract. And I think this horse works with him.
Why is he such a big price, having won his last 3?
Maybe because it's his first season, first run this season. Maybe because Craig's a northern trainer coming down south. It's very much quite a wide open race overall. But he's lovely, isn't he? Did you like him?
Yeah, I did like him. Yeah, I couldn't get around all of them, but he's a chunky individual. I did like him.
Did you get to see Pen Portrait, who
Yes.
you quite fancy?
I
Go
like
on.
Pen Portrait. Yeah, I was a positive. You obviously didn't listen to what I was saying in the paddock, but I did actually like Pen Portrait. I thought on paper he had a bit of a
rubber stamp
chance at
it
the
for me.
price. Yes, I confirm. Did like Pen Portrait, but it is a race you probably need to look for a bit of value, don't you? A bit of each way value, perhaps. And Jason, you found the winner of the first race yesterday. Can you do it again today?
Well, there's quite a few of these have been gelded, so they're not going to make up into stallions, if you like. And Chief Mankato is one of those. He looked quite decent on his racecourse debut at Windsor, and there was talk of the royal meeting, as there always is when you win a maiden at Windsor before Royal Ascot. Never happened for him after. They ran him in the July. He didn't fire behind Jasur. He ran in the sales race, the Somerville Tats, won by Woodhay Wonder, but it was bottomless ground, never in it, gelded for his return, and the team are just looking for that first breakthrough winner.
Yeah, I did look that up when you mentioned it yesterday. The Hills team, 25 runners and
Lots
not a
of them
winner
are
yet,
placed.
but knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I quite liked him in the prelims as well. Billy the Kid on board, who was in tremendous form at Kempton last night, riding I think 2 or maybe 3 winners on the card. So yeah, give him a squeak.
I'll give a little mention for North View, if that's all right, Francesca.
Go for it.
I like his profile overall last year. On his first run, he was third to Indian Run, who won the Gym Crack. He finished second to a horse called Watcher Matey, who actually won here on the first day, so that's been boosted. And then he did win at Bath over 5.5 furlongs, but he should be fine over 6. I thought he was just had a nice profile. If you're following Ryan Moore when he rides for David Evans over the last 5 years, he's actually got a plus 39.8% if you were to follow it for a pound stake, which is, because I was thinking he doesn't ride all that often for David, does he?
Pretty decent, and Blue Prince had a wonderful winter campaign, and he was excellent third in the all-weather finals, wasn't he? Yeah, so that's strong form.
If we mention a few of them, there might be a winner somewhere. Gamekeeper did look also well in the paddock. There's one maiden in the field, that's Mashadi for the Kevin Philippart Defoe team. Blinkers on, first time for him, looking for that win. He's been knocking on the door as well. Chief Mankato goes forward, and we'll hand you up to Richard.
Thank you, Francesca. Yep, 17 over 6 furlongs of these 3-year-olds. Woodhay Wonder got up when first intended to go into the stalls. And they jump out. Pilgrim was well away. Irish Nectar was slow. And now Mashadi it is who shows up. And it's just being restrained with Dapper Valley as they split into 2 groups. Over on the far side, we have Woodhay Wonder well to the fore there in company with Tree 4. Also towards the far side group, Ingleby Ivy. Towards the far side as well is Blue Prince. Up the centre of the racecourse, Dapper Valley leads Run Boy Run in company with Pilgrim, who's keen. Then Pen Portrait, Love Billy Boy, who's right glanced across to the far side. Mashadi leads Gamekeeper and Kajetan up the near side. So Woodhay Wonder over on the left-hand side, in company as well with Dapper Valley. Mashadi on this near side group. Woodhay Wonder up the centre. Chief Mankato pushed along. Then Run Boy Run just ahead of Pilgrim as they make their way down now with just over 2 furlongs to travel. Centre of the racecourse, Woodhay Wonder, Chief Mankato and Tree 4. Dapper Valley coming there pretty strongly up the centre of the racecourse. Then behind these is Mashadi, who's under pressure. Over on the far side, Tree 4 in company with Woodhay Wonder, who's boxing on well. Dapper Valley continues to close, but time is running out. Woodhay Wonder out in front, and it's another big Newmarket prize for Woodhay Wonder. Big Tree 4, third for Dapper Valley, Chief Mankato, then Kajetan ahead of Run Boy Run and Love Billy Boy. They were the next little group across the line. Well, Woodhay Wonder bagged a couple of decent sales prizes, including one at this track last year, and he's returned with another win for Tom Ward and Tom Marquand. In second over on the far side is Trefor. Third is Dapper Valley, who moved into the race well, but couldn't catch those on the far side. Chief Bancato is fourth. If you wanted fifth and sixth, it's going to be Mashadi, who's just fifth ahead of Kajatan. And then behind these Run Boy Run, who was just ahead of Love Billy Boy. But Woodhay Wonder, Tom Marquand, his second winner of the week, teaming up with Tom Ward, and another decent prize for this little horse.
He's been a good catch machine, hasn't he, Richard? You remember this horse, I hope, from last year for the Ward family. Toby owns, Tom trains, in conjunction with Matthew Webber, who is from London. Adele, winning again here.
Yeah, she overall a profile last year. You could not falter at all. Bags of experience running in those sales races, and you probably remember her, Jason. She unseated PJ McDonald on the way down to the start once. I don't think she was all that straightforward, but well, she's certainly done well, I think, for the winter, and she was always on the front end, which is where you want to be, I suppose, as we've seen the last couple of days. And yeah, she's done really well. Maybe even taken her form up a bit further from last year.
Much quicker ground conditions today, so she's completely adaptable. You know, she's not one-dimensional at all. And Tom knows the trainer, Tom, particularly well. Obviously, they worked together at Richard Hannon's many moons ago.
Is it a bit that time of year where the 2-year-old form is still coming to the fore? Like the real 3-year-old types haven't quite got going yet, and it's the ones that were able to be a little bit ahead of their peers as 2-year-olds that are still dominating?
Yeah, probably. I mean, she got, like I said, she had bags of experience from last year. Her actually only really poor run, Francesca, was when she was stepped into group company. So it kind of proved just what kind of level she was at last year. With the fillies, you just never really know if they've trained on, but she certainly has.
Well, it's good to have Aussie Tom back on these shores and riding a winner.
Yeah, Tom saying that I'm being well represented wearing the colours of Woodhay Wonder. She was just watching herself on the big screen, watching herself walk around. But Tom, just a word, she would cost 26 grand at the sales. She's now won over 175,000 between those sales races. She's an unbelievable filly.
Yeah, I think you missed out. She's only just turned 3 as well. So yeah, pretty remarkable, and great job done by the Tom Ward team. You know, they're not huge in numbers, and they've done so well. Sort of figuring out a filly that's probably sometimes not the most straightforward, but they've just they found what makes her tick.
Prize money for the Thurlow Royal Marsden Cancer Charity. Again, with those green and yellow colours, Thurlow will be delighted with that horse. Then it was Chief Mancato in fourth, and if you had the first 5, it was Mashadi in fifth at 10-1. Right then, what do we have to look forward to this afternoon, Francesca?